It's Katsumi, and today we're doing a timeless love reading, so trust that is a message here meant for you. Now, let's see what's unfolding in your love life for today, this month, maybe even year. Ooh, your feelings are real and worth exploring at this time. So there's some romantic feelings popping through here. You are ready to begin a relationship of some kind, and we have the soulmate card. So yes, this is your soulmate. So if you have someone in mind who you're dating, you're in a relationship with, because it might be boyfriend and girlfriend, they may just be your soulmate. Or perhaps there's some sort of connection there that makes you feel some sense of soulmate connection. There's also a little bit of codependency here. So addictions are affecting your romantic life. So perhaps these addictions are related to video games, work, career, school, things like that. Certain things that are making you feel very focused at this time might be preventing you from going into the next step of a relationship that you're in or seeking, right? So, say for instance, we're working 9 to 5, we're working more than 9 to 5. Maybe we go over 40 hours a week and we're working 60 hours. I hope that's not happening. Take care of yourself. And then, for instance, you might be working so hard on your future that you miss out on the potential opportunities of love. So, don't forget to take some time out, go outside, and find some opportunities to, mingle a little bit, right? You also have a little bit of feeling love, very lovable feelings. You are lovable, so you have all that you need in order to have a romantic relationship. Sparks are flying, and you do deserve love. So, some of you also have a little bit going on. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So you have to kind of make almost a compromise on what you want in some way. There might be some things that you're more focused towards. And you're like, maybe if I kind of put this a little bit on standby for some time, I can then jump into what I really want, which is a relationship, right? So that's might be some of the thoughts you might have in your head. But you have to come to some sort of decision. And also, divine timing is at work in your love life. So I'm getting a sense that some of you are still kind of in that like initial phase here. But if you are already in a relationship, it's already probably working quite well. And you're just kind of curious, like, what's the next steps, right? You also have religious factors involved. So your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So some of you are very in tune with your cultural background, your religious backgrounds, which is why you're taking this very seriously in terms of next steps in your love life. You want someone to perhaps connect with you on those levels, and that's also very important. Just as important as finding out if these individuals want to have family, kids, and things like that, or if they are even ready for the next step with you. If you are thinking about that at this time as well. Okay, so let's get these last two messages from this deck here. So pay attention to the red flags. Ooh, okay, so the signs are cautioning you. So there's definitely some red flags, yeah. And I got a little bit of that too in terms of romantic feelings. Ooh, in the back of the deck we have chemistry, but in terms of these red flags, there's a lot of playfulness, but in that playfulness, definitely take some time to be cautious as well, because you never know. And hidden in the playfulness is, some bad things perhaps too. So always keep your guard, but don't be too afraid to be open and let yourself, uh, kind of go with the flow as well as you can. But also, it's okay to wait. Divine timing is at work in your love life, so don't worry, everything's going to work out in divine timing. And there's a strong magnetic attraction here. So you definitely have some chemistry here as well. Okay, so a lot of chemistry. We're definitely getting that. Okay, so let's check out what's happening in your current situation and what you need to know at this time related to your love life right now. Okay. These cards are so much bigger than my normal pocket decks that I have, which is super funny. They're so huge on the screen. I love it. Okay. So let's see what messages you need to know right now. Ooh, this one wanted to pop up. Okay, I care deeply. You care very deeply about your love life. You're very serious. You want to make sure everything is good to go. So with the Queen of Cups, it's all about compassion, empathy, intuition. You're having a lot of compassion in your love life. So if you're in a relationship, you're a very compassionate partner and person to be with. You care about the people you're with, the people you love. All right. What's hindering and helping you at this time? You're a dream maker. Okay, so you have the Nine of Cups, and that's all about content, satisfaction, wish, and pleasure. So you're very, very dreamy about relationships. You want things to work out. You're very compassionate. You care deeply, and you want a relationship that is going to fulfill you and have long term prosperity. Okay, and so that can hinder you from just diving deep into an existing relationship that may work out in the long run. There's just always certain things, that we have to almost compromise with in a relationship that will allow us to see the beauty in it. And not everything has to be perfect, is what the universe is trying to say. And recognize value with the Ace of Pentacles. So see the potential in the partners that you are interested in, see the potential of the partner that you're with or who is approaching you, and sow those seeds or plant those seeds of prosperity for future opportunity for a long term relationship as well. So this is definitely feeling like very, very new, of course, for some of you. And then I keep at it, I keep getting better. So this was happening in your past. So in the past, you had the 6, 7, 8 of Pentacles. So the 8 of Pentacles is all about craft, mastery, dedication, and skill, focus towards your relationships, towards yourself. So you're very focused on getting better and continuously getting better in how you present yourself and how you maneuver through your relationships. There might have been a couple of things in the past that, came up and you're like, maybe I need to work on myself, or maybe I need to improve myself for my next, relationship, my next partner, the next person I'm going to be with, because I know that I deserve to take care of myself. I deserve better, and my future partner does too. And that's really beautiful. You're in a very self-reflective, so like a very introspective, reflection phase. You're taking care of yourself in the past. You're making sure everything's good. Love that. And I can take criticism. So the judgment card was in the past as well. So you had some sense of awakening, rebirth, clarity, purpose, self-evaluation. So that's definitely what we're getting here from the initial card as well. So just a lot of self-evaluation. Maybe things didn't work out in a particular relationship for some of you in the past. So you're just reevaluating at this time. And for others of you, you're just taking care of yourself, and you're coming in with taking criticism from past relationships, or just past opinions about how you felt about any relationship or how you see romance and love in general. And then with your goals and ideals, you have I'm okay that I've got a dark side, and I confront consequences. So with the moon card, it's all about illusions, fear of the mystery of what's going to happen. You do have dreams and desires, but there's a little bit of unseen things that kind of bring fear. Like some of you might be thinking, oh, is there someone out there for me? I'm kind of fearful, and I do want this to happen. And that's a dream and desire of yours, but it might be bringing some sense of fears. And yeah, the illusion of love is quite real as well. You might think that, oh, this person might like me, but they actually might not, and that might come to surface in some way, which might make you feel fearful of approaching them. But we're going to see how this impacts your near future, because these are just how you might be seeing things at this time. It's a lot of illusionary trickery happening in the internal mind, right? And then you also have I confront consequences. 5, 6, 7. So 7 of Swords. So that's all about deceit, strategy, running away, hidden motives. So there might have been a couple of hidden motives occurring on your behalf, on your end or their end, that might have made you feel a little not too good. I am getting that for some of you, it might have been something undone to another, or you might have felt that in return. So just a lot to think and unpack there. But you definitely have some sense of a dark side of having fear, around these things. Having fear towards what love is out there for you. Is this going to work out? And that can be very scary sometimes if you do want to have a love match and you want things to work in your favor. Okay, so let's see in your near future, I have a good laugh. Okay, so someone coming in, right, is gonna make you feel like, I'm feeling good, I'm having a good laugh, right? Or you can just have a good laugh in general with yourself, right? With loved ones. But with the Queen of Wands, that's about confidence, warmth. You're creating things. You're having a sense of leadership in your love life. So you're saying, hey, you know what? I'm gonna put my foot down. I'm going to go forth and pursue what I love to do and laugh all at the same time. And I'm gonna have confidence. I'm going to create the love, the loving relationship that I want, and the abundance that I desire in that, right? Very nice. And in your approach, I move on. So you might have had to move on from a previous relationship to then go into a new one. You have the six, seven, eight of cups. So the eight of cups, you had to depart. You're searching, you're letting go, you're having some sort of withdrawal period. So some of you might have had a recent breakup, and that might have impacted you in terms of how you recognize value in a relationship and what you need to value going forward in a future one. But you can also have a good laugh about these things too that kind of impacted you, brought some illusion and fear in the past, and utilize that to go into your final outcome. So let's go into what you need to know right now into that final outcome. So this wanted to come out, so I'm going to respect the energies there in the environment. So I let myself play. Ooh, okay. Six of Cups. Six of Cups is about having nostalgia. Okay, so nostalgia in a relationship, bringing back that youthfulness, feeling almost. It's like refreshing. Really, you feel like you can be yourself. You can have the charisma you need. So someone's making you feel this way, or vice versa. This is how someone else is feeling about you. Nice. And I make it my business to get the job done. It's so quirky. I love it. So basically, with the Emperor is saying you're building structure, stability in a relationship, or even how you view future relationships. You're setting a strategy, you're planning things out, you're taking authority of your relationships going forward. You're like, you know what? No more games. I mean, business. Here we go. And that's leading into your final outcome here. So let's check out what the final outcome is. And I raise a glass cup. That's almost like a sweet ending there where you like raising your glass to like cheer and say, salute to that. But you're also saluting to your friends. You have great friends that are meeting loved ones that you're with. Like if you're in a relationship, you're like, you gotta meet my best friend. And I love that. You have the Three of Cups. It's about joy, friendship, community. You're having that sense of community support. So maybe one of your friends is getting ready to set you up on a blind date, right? And they're like, you gotta meet my BFF, you gotta meet my friend. Here we go. That's really cute. And yeah, with the Three of Cups, it's essentially just symbolizing having that strong support for you to move forth and begin a beautiful love life, a love relationship. You have the support you need to have this relationship that you're in, if you are in one, to continuously flourish as well. So you have all that you need at this time. Now let's check out what other messages we have for you from the universe. So take time to work with your ancestral work, heal, and have some individualization. Yeah. And also the blueprint is within you. You know all the little check boxes you want in the next partner, in a relationship that you're currently in the dating scene. You know what you need to do to get to the next step in order to improve yourself, in order to improve the situations going forward that you've dealt with in the past. All right. See what else you have here. You also have remember your roots and perspective. Yes, definitely don't forget about the past perspectives that kind of influence how you perceive relationships now. Don't forget that. Remember them so you can reflect that going forward. And moved by the goddess, so called gather. So the universe is asking you to find a sense of rootedness in everything. Call back to like your soul calling, what is really What are you really feeling at this time, right? And then, of course, answer the call, leadership, soul gifts. We definitely got that you're taking ownership of your love life. You're not playing games anymore. You mean business. Yep. And let's get the final message for today. And then we have clarity, a fresh start, a positive outlook. That is such a beautiful ending there. So your love life is full of clarity. You know what you need to do next. It's time to start fresh. If you're not in a relationship right now, you're ready to start fresh because, you've been kind of single for a while. This is a beautiful time to do so. Go outside. Don't forget to take time to dream. Be a dreamer. You're already working really hard. You care deeply about relationships and creating a solid foundation around that. So don't forget to take care of yourself. Don't burn yourself out with existing addictions like work and gaming and all these other things that keep us occupied and distract us from what really matters to us. And yeah, come from a positive outlook, and you're all set to go. So that's it. That's it for today. That's all I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. And if this reading resonated, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And until next time, trust your path and let the universe work its magic.